right now.
Excellent.
I hope. So, we should be live on YouTube right now.
It doesn't show up yet, but I noticed you've got a delay on YouTube, but you've got no delay on Twitch.
Oh no,
I've noticed.
it's not delay on YouTube and not delay on Twitch. You just turn them on at a different time. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
right.
yeah. So the best streamer of DBS. Thank you, Alejandro. So we are live. Nina is just on social media duty. She's letting everyone know that we are here. How are all of you doing?
Yeah, it's a nice early morning for most of us. For anyone in the UK like myself, it's 5:15. For obviously Demian, it's 6:15. I'm sure for any of the Americans that are joining us, it's probably about midnight, maybe about 10 o'clock in the afternoon to midnight, I would imagine. So it should be good for you guys to obviously watch it as well. For our Australian viewers, I assume it's probably afternoon, isn't it? It's probably like 12 o'clock in the, about 11 o'clock in the morning, maybe. But please let us know if you're unable to hear me or Damien very well, because obviously we've both woken up and we're just trying to get sort of everything set up properly. The games, obviously it's a live event, so we'll have little control over the games that obviously get streamed. It will be table 1, but it is Asia, and we always hear of crazy decks coming out of Asia. So I'm really excited to see what craziness. I'm personally hoping for an invoker deck, but I don't think we'll get like the typical Gamma SS4 sit, or at least that's what I'm hoping. Especially because obviously those little sods are on the ban list. It's 2:15 p.m. in Australia. Okay, awesome. I didn't think it was going to be that late, but that's at least nice for you guys to watch, because obviously when me and Damien cast for you guys, we have to we have to start at like 3-4 in the morning. So
yeah, I see Mert. Well, Mert stayed up to spew blatant lies in the chat. Okay, Mert. Yellow best color. Oh man.
Mert doing his typical stay up all night and then
and then
go
just
sleep.
Write nonsense. Like, yellow vest. Okay.
Yeah, you should have done the opposite, Mert. You should have purposely gone to sleep early and woken up just to watch me and Damien cast Asian regionals. But yeah, yellow after the ban list will look pretty good. And yeah, I hope everyone, while they're just setting up, I hope everyone's enjoyed the ban list. I think I've said it to a few people. I wish the ban list was what we had in set 19.
Definitely.
Like that would have been, because that we had the set 19 ban list ready for EU finals, so would have been good.
Players are getting ready. Players are getting ready, guys. So we will be jumping straight into table 1. 1 second. Should be this one.
Let's see what we have. Well, someone's got a Bloodline t-shirt on, so I'm rooting for him anyway. Yeah, I have asked the TO to see if there's some kind of website they're using for the pairings, just to give us an idea. I say we probably won't see Sin, and we see Sin first game, and I think we see Gamma first game. So, yeah, I definitely called that wrong, I guess, but never mind. So yeah, Gamma Sin first game. These are really cool, these silver cards that they're giving out for the friend stuff. I mean, obviously I want one to help maximize Invoker a bit more, the Defender of Life, but yeah, they looked really cool, and to be fair, I'm happy Bandai are doing stuff like that, like go to a real life event, even though you're not signing up with like 5 like new friends, so to speak, or anything like that in terms of like bringing new players to the game, I think it's really cool for the players because again, we all like that little bit of bling bling, and you know, it's a nice little thing. I do wish they picked better Z cards personally. I think the Defender Life was a solid choice, but like the others, especially the Green Goku leader, Z leader, like no one's playing that. And
sorry mate, just let me know guys how is audio on my end, cause the live setup is a bit different from what we usually have basically. But yeah, anyway, yeah, it is band versus band, but not band today. So we will be watching Sin and Gamma dish it out for one of the final times. I'm really looking forward to the next to the next set. But while we are here, just let me tell you that audio is perfect. Thank you. I just got confirmation that we will be doing Latin America regionals, live Latin America regionals remotely in June at some point. So we're gonna be bringing you Latin as well.
Yeah. And that should be, again, you know, credit to Damian. He's doing a fantastic job at organizing this for you guys. So I hope you all appreciate it and show love to him as you always do. You know, we're doing as much as we can. Obviously, you know, real life events is what we all prefer, and obviously, like this one, for example, with Asia, not ever been done. And the fact we've got a real life event for Asia is crazy, and it's great to see, you know, that sort of meta along all the world. Obviously, it'd be nice to cast maybe an American event one day, but for now, you know, me and Damian are traveling around the world casting for you guys, and it's a lot of fun. We have to wake up at some weird times like today. Yeah. So, you know, I guess you know, we need some coffee as well.
Huge shout out to the coffee club, to our lovely patrons. Huge shout out to them. The coffee is really helping at the moment. Brandel, thank you guys for all the very organized Universe tournament. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, you're welcome, Brandel. You're welcome. Congratulations on winning.
Yeah, it was a nice little treat to see why Violent Predator should definitely stay banned.
Yeah. But Peter, speaking of the next ban list, I can't wait for us casting. I can't wait for us to start casting events immediately after the ban list, because that's gonna be a completely different world, man. That's gonna be a completely different world.
I can definitely say, spoiler alert, one of my favorite decks is back. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You'll see. You'll see.
You'll see what.
You'll see. You'll see. But anyway, they're still setting up, guys. So you know, we're just sort of chilling a little bit, having a laugh with you guys. But you know, thanks for everyone that's tuned in so far. Because again, for some people it's really early, some people it's late, and that's what's beautiful in it. It's still a crazy concept that, you know, for us it's, you know, 5-6 o'clock in the morning, and then you got people that basically have, you know, just about to go to bed and things like that. It's great to have. So Gamma versus Sin, we have seen this matchup, you know, quite a few times, it's safe to say, and obviously, you know, Ollie piloted Gamma really well against pretty much all the red decks back in set 18. Set 9. Yeah, set 18, was it EU finals or set 19? I forget now.
It was set 19. No.
Because I think we had the set 19 ban list, but it was the end of set 18. I think it was. You know, and to be honest, you know, it was a great meta call then, and it just seemed to just do incredibly well against red when you know the matchup correctly. Now, just talking about Gamma while they're setting up. Obviously, Gamma's got that amazing new tool, that Goku's Deflect Kamiha. Fantastic for this matchup because it can kill the 4-drop double strike. So Gamma has so many more tools than he did before to also deal with it. Just remind me, brother. With it's what's the format? Was it best of 3, best of 1 pre-side? Do we remember what the format was?
I believe that because it's regionals, it should be best of 1. All of them are best of 1. There is no more best of 3 in rounds anymore.
Until like finals and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. So we're looking at best of 1 pre-side. Ooh. I can see the hit in Gamma. So
hit is huge. Hit is huge right now. Like. That can be. I cannot wait to see this, because hit can be the winning play here, especially. Oh my God, Sin had only 1 Dragon Ball in his life. Okay, hit can be the winning play here, because when Gamma is going aggro, and when he's about to put Sin into Z awakening position, he just flips him.
Yeah. That wasn't the best draws, I think, for the Sin player, because he's got 3 shoes in his hand, which is great against the floodgates, but if you're getting them this early, they're not actually going to be doing much.
Wait a second, we have our first super chat ever from Future Gohan. Thanks for all you do. Play the game of Cumber vs Extra Broly tonight. It was so much fun. Looking forward to covering more events. Thank you, Future Gohan. I'm also looking forward to. I have such spicy ideas for you next week. As soon as we are done, I'm getting ready to do videos. So thank you so much for the super chat. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so I'm sorry I got distracted. This was so
No,
cool.
That's fine. All Gamma's doing is playing the Unison as you'd come to expect, which is perfect, because with the Unison being down, that means the counter plays are going to be live for the Gamma player. The I forgot the name, but the one that does 4 or less bottom deck it, and it's a blocker as well, which is fantastic. So yeah, and with the hit Unison, I'm not sold on the hit Unison. I mean, it is good, obviously, but when you compare to the actual one that's built for the deck, the one that keeps charging Z energy, I just feel like that's just the correct one to pick. However, I have noticed in a lot of Gamma lists as of late, they are running both Unisons.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine, because with Black Smoke existing, what is pretty good is, I mean, obviously, Sin can't run Black Smoke, but generally speaking, everyone else does. And I think the good thing with Hit is it allows it to be used on that instead. So all we've seen there is Gamma attack twice into Sin, and he's taken 1 of the damage. 2 of the damage. So Sin is on 6 life, and so is Gamma.
And Gamma has awakened. Okay.
Yeah, they're playing nice and fast, which is good.
Yeah, they're playing nice and fast, which is awesome. I was a bit caught off guard with the Naturon Shenron. I don't really see it in so many lists, but it's always cool to see. It's a cute 2-off basically in Sin, but I'm expecting this Hit Unison to do a lot of work in this game. I expect him to do a lot of work in this game.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not expecting it to live longer than myself. I'm not expecting it to live longer at all. Probably die maybe this turn, because it normally puts a lot of work in. But don't forget, it's only a 15k, and most of Sin's minor Sin will hit that target.
Oh no, I agree on that part. I'm thinking more of. I believe that this one will die, but if he has like more of them, Hit can be good in this matchup. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it can,
because ideally he would put 18 and 17 instead of Hit this early in the game, and then when he is looking to win and stuff, he needs to unawaken the Sin. That's when he becomes better later in the game. But here he's just gonna probably die. I mean, like, you drew him a card, so that's something.
Yeah, so we see Sin here playing the Gogeta Unison.
Mm-hmm.
This Unison is absolutely crazy good. For anyone that might forget, when it's played, look at the top 3. You can pick a red card, and then the others go to the bottom. And then it's got a +2, which is absolutely insane. The fact it's a +2, you can play a 1-drop in rest mode, but it's crazy good in pretty much all the decks. Like even the new Garlic Junior deck, you're playing. You're searching for 1-drops. Searching, and then it's like the Android 13 plays 1-drops, and I think going forward, that is what I would class as the staple red card in terms of Unison. So anyone that has them because of Sin and SS4, don't sell them, bros. And they will be really good for all, until it gets power creeped out or banned.
Yeah, that's one. For example, I don't play red at the moment, but I'm looking to switch. If I'm looking to switch to red, these unisons are now the first thing that I'm looking at are these unisons.
So one thing that happened there, guys. So just so everyone remembers Oceanus will be, obviously it's irrelevant soon, but he plays it. You draw a card and then you search your deck for a ball and shuffle. Now, obviously, his opponent player 1 did not shuffle his deck. Just remember, guys, even though all your balls are in your Z energy, you still have to shuffle your deck. So you still draw a card like you would, even though you know you have no targets. You still have to legally shuffle your deck. So just remember that. I mean, it's not going to matter in a week's time, 2 weeks' time, but just remember that if for anyone that's playing to regional levels at the moment.
I'm still waking up to a point where when you say all of your balls are, I almost choke on water. So yeah. Okay. So Sin swinging it to hit. Oh, in comes defending friends. So player 2, the Gamma player, is going to protect his hit unison. He's not gonna allow Sin to just remove it from the board.
Yeah, so this is where it was slightly missequenced for the Gamma player. So when obviously he swung a second ago, he had Oceanus on the field, so he used the Goku's deflect Kamiha, like we said, which then killed the Oceana. However, his opponent played Sin now. Now, if he saved the black the
he
deflect,
would have gotten Sin. Yeah,
he would have killed the 4-drop.
Here,
exactly.
But
Little things like that matter.
Yeah, it's mis-sequencing. That's it.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that will probably come back to bite him a bit later. Because when you're playing against Sin, you don't want to mis-sequence. It's already a very difficult matchup.
I think he's probably going to be looking at playing the duo from his energy, which is fine because it will also bottom deck the Sin as well.
He's playing Android 13 instead.
If I remember correct, that's search top 5. I think that can search unisons, can't it? I don't remember its exact target.
I don't have him pulled up.
Let me load up the best deck building website there is, which is DBS Deck Planet. Shout out to those lovely chappies. Let's have a look.
Oh my god, I also have DBS Deck Planet here. What?
It is the trucker hat. Is the trucker hat Android 13, is it?
It is the trucker
here it is.
Android 13.
It's got Union Absorb, which won't be applicable in this deck, but when this card is played, look at top 5 on the top of your deck, add up to 1 blue red rim army, entry cost of 3 or less, or 1 blue unison with 2 or less. So yeah, no, actually specified cost of 2, not less. So yeah, it is a searcher. I thought it might have been, but I didn't remember. So the thing as well to remember for any Gamma players for the next week or two, there is a few cards in the deck that are not red ribbon that look like it. Like for example, the 4-drop counterplay that's only 1 cost when you got a unison during your opponent's team turn. Just remember that is not a valid target for that as well.
Yes.
So he's just going to swing leader into, I assume, leader. He's comboing away.
Okay, so he's comboing. He is 20.
Yeah, that's fine number. I personally would probably look at getting rid of, unless he's got black smoke in the deck. The Unison is going to be a bit of a tricky one.
I see. Yeah, told you Unison is gonna be pulling some weight here. So let's see. So he's swinging 15 into the Dread Destroyer. So he's probably just gonna combo away the second Android.
And that makes
just
sense.
4K.
Okay, he's comboed both away. He's comboed the defending and the one drop, which is fine because both of those would probably be killed next turn anyway. Yeah, neither can we, Card Master. We can't wait for the ban list to be effect either.
Yeah, because I know you guys are tired of the current metagame, and trust us, we bring regionals every single event. Like, we have seen these decks more than anyone. So I cannot wait for also for the next ban list. I'm really, really happy with the current one. And on Monday I will be showing you the winners of the ban list and what to keep an eye out in the future. Because there is one deck that not a lot of people are talking about that just got so much better. So
Gamma's ended his turn. He's picked up his standard 3. And that's also what's great about Gamma. It's the fact you're picking up 3 energy. You're putting down, well, correction, not any energy. It is androids, but when you're only pretty much charging androids, it is any energy. And, he's ending. So what Sin is probably looking at doing here, Sin's got to be careful. He wants to he's got to kill that Unison because the threat of the counterplay is going to be too much. So I think here you just swing with the Unison swing into the Unison with the double striker, because the problem is if you're doing this, if he had the Kamiha thing, he could then negate the leader swing and kill the 4-drop.
Yeah.
So again, it's making that decision on what order you want to attack things.
That's also what I was just thinking. Like, he should have went with the double striker. Yeah. Because in that case, if a negate happens and he kills the double striker, of course he can negate and kill him with Kamehameha deflection. You still get to swing later with your leader, get that one draw. Because this way, like you said, this was a missequencing. Because if he attacked with his leader, he gets his one draw. But his opponent can just deflect, take the attack away, and then take your double strike, which you needed. So
it is a tricky one sometimes. Sorry to interrupt. It's because, obviously, with the leader, because it was a floodgate that was used instead of the deflect, he was at least able to draw with his leader. So there is a big difference. This is not a bad little card, the TP one. It doesn't get used very often, but you could take a life with it, which is the reason why you tend to run it, because obviously Sin has such a high life total. But also, it's got the proc ability where I think it's on swing as well, if my memory is correct, but also on block, you can KO a Shadow Dragon at minus 15, something just like you normally can with the Shadow Dragon. So it's got a really cool extra effect as well.
Yeah, there is a bit of a gray screen, guys, while my OBS is doing its best to catch the game. I'm sorry. Okay, should be fine now. Like I told you, OBS is the worst software for something like this. We will switch to XSplit at some point. It's just I don't have time to learn it yet. So Sin has established a board. Okay, so Sin now has the Nova, he has the promo, and the promo which I should have sold before the ban list, and the 4-drop 20 double units.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, carry on.
No, right now he has everything under the sun on his board, but won't matter.
Yeah, to me there was 2 lines of play there. Obviously we've got the Sal that he brought down that board wipes, but also I liked the idea of the Sal Z battle card there, because he would have absorbed 3 targets So I also like the idea of the Salzy battle card as well. I think both are good choices. One's going to put a bit more pressure on, but one would have given crit pressure instead.
That is true, though. He would have absorbed 3 targets, meaning that he wouldn't get triple, but he would get crit.
No.
So
exactly, he would at least get the restand, and it would be a 25 crit base, which would force, 2 cards out of his opponent's hand potentially. So he's just swinging with the cell. I think did the first swing go onto the unison? I'm not 100% sure. I can't quite tell from here, but I thought it did.
Here comes testing the opposition. Yeah, I figured out I also need to awaken Sin. That's fine. It's guys, it is so very early in the morning.
Yeah, I don't think he's bottom decked for the auto on Sal because he activated the counter. Unless I missed it on the first swing, but I don't think I did.
I would imagine that his opponent would remind him because that's such a huge effect.
Yeah, you'd think.
I'm being optimistic. So, yeah, that was one huge die. Okay, so now he's swinging with his unison. I have a deck built here on Deck Planet that's very suspiciously close to this one, so it could actually be it. Anyway, so he's swinging in with his unison. If that is the build, by some miracle, then he doesn't have the other unison, but we will see. So he's plussing to draw 1. Okay. Sin is down to 5 at the moment. No, Sin is down to 4. Okay.
Yeah, 4 life.
4 lives for Sin. So 1 more damage, and he gets to awaken. So in this position, I would stop putting pressure on him right now. I would just stop putting pressure on him. And that's what he's doing, because next turn, minus flip him over so that he cannot Z-awaken and then just go. Like, just start swinging into him. Because if he swing now into him and Sin took damage, Z-awakened, then your ability is useless against him. So you can't unflip a Z-leader, right?
Yeah, that's correct. One advantage is that at least the Sin player has ways to also take life. So the problem with leaving him at this is he also has the ability to wake himself. But if my memory is correct, it is 3 or less, isn't it? Yeah. So he's got to take a life first, and then, which he can do with Vegeta, which should be in his Z deck. He's got multiple ways to take life. In the deck anyway, but we'll see what the plan is. I think again the problem is he's just going to get another floodgate here, but we'll see what happens. But this is also why Gamma is so toxic at times. Like, just because it's like, I mean, he hasn't floodgated here, but like I don't know about yourself, but we've seen it tons on stream. I've played against it tons, and it's just literally like, oh, a floodgate. Oh, okay, next turn, another floodgate, and it's just turn after turn floodgates. At least yellow can do something, but like red, like Sin is gonna have a hard time. Hello, Rising Phoenix. You alright, brother?
Hey, Phoenix, how you doing, mate? So, now we see the Netron being played. He's
so
top 5.
So that's getting played from the unison, that is.
Because if you look at Sin's hand, it's quite big. Like, I think that even if Hit flips the leader next turn, Sin has so much combo power in hand, he can take it. I mean, not take it, but he can defend himself next turn, definitely. Blessed with another lookout stream. How it tonight felt? It's close to 1 a.m. at your place, and it is close to 7 in the morning here. So basically we finished. I see Hazy is also here. Sorry, Hazy, I missed you. So we finished the Xenoverse and then like after doing everything, preparing for Asia, I had like 5 hours of sleep, and now we're back with Asia. And when we're done with this, I'm just shooting videos for next week. So yeah, go.
We just saw the Sin play the A drop, which responded from Gamma with Dirty Burst, which again, Dirty Burst will be a banned card. I am sad to see Dirty Burst go personally.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but I feel like Boss Monsters, I don't know. I like it, but again, it was a necessary evil, so we'll see what ends up happening.
Alright, so this game, I think it's heavily skewed into Gamma's favor. Like, look, Sin is on 4 lives, Gamma is still on 7. Dirty Burst here, pulling in a lot of weight. Sin cannot attack now, so he's using his ability. He's just minusing counters from Unison, which is a good call. However, unfortunately, Unison's flip ability is just like -1, which is so crazy. It's -1. Oh man.
It is crazy actually. It's like I know you have to pay 2 energy as well.
Yeah.
But for 1 mana, I feel like for -1, that's so cheap. But then again, at the same time, the hit Unison in the history, I mean, it's set 15 card. It's not really been played until like now, and even then, it's only Gamma, and I think that might be more for the Awakening Conditioner as well. But we'll see. I mean, it feels like the Unison's definitely going to die either here or next turn. Depends on what else he's got left to use, because he's used the 8 drop. Okay, again, I'm proven wrong. He's just passed there. So the Unison lives, but it's probably only got 1 marker on anyway. So we'll see what Gamma's plan is. Looking at Gamma's energy, he's got a lot of different plays here he can do. I mean, he's turning to that sort of 5 energy, and I wonder which is the correct one to do here. I'm not sure if Sal is correct. I like the idea of playing the duo and just bottom decking the Sin. Because then it's only 2 energy used, and then you can use the other to establish other cards. Or even Beerus potentially, but then you have to be concerned about Shu. Shu is 5k or less if my memory is correct.
Yeah, Shu is 5k.
Yeah. So that's fine then. Beerus is fine. So I also like the idea of Beerus as well. There's definitely players. I'm not sure if Sal is correct though, but we'll see. We'll see what the Gamma player is planning on doing.
Okay, so
have a look. Have we missed anything in the chat, you lovely people?
Yeah, we have 50 viewers in the chat. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We just have some talk about the ban list and yellow and everything. I'm just gonna say, guys, yes, yellow is a winner of this ban list, but yellow is not the winner of this ban list. The winner of this ban list is green, because with Sin and Gogeta gone, you effectively have an entirely new color in the game now. So
I think Beerus is going to be back as well. Beerus Reboot.
No, I think Android 21 is going to keep it in check, because Beerus is slow. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the meta is. But the true king is back anyway. So let's see what his opponent is planning. So he is selling.
Yeah, this is a good call. So he's hitting 2 cards with Cell.
Yeah,
which is fine,
I guess. I mean, if he's doing this, then I expect the duo to come down to bottom deck. Unless he's giving it barrier. I'm not sure if the dice is to indicate he's been given barrier.
It is.
How is it?
He discarded Oceanus.
That's fine. It's alright because I know he used his leader skill. The skill last turn, so I wasn't sure if the dice was on there left over. So yeah, if the card has a barrier, then the correct play there personally would have been the Beerus battle card, because all that's going to happen now, unless he's swinging into the Unison, all that'll happen now is when he swings into anything that isn't the Unison, he's just going to minus 30. Well, potentially 30k, depending on how much Z energy he's got, to the Z battle card. So, I mean, he's just passing here anyway. But I 100% believe Beerus and then just paying 2 to bottom deck the 8-drop was the correct play there. Personally.
Yeah, but
we'll see. I mean,
8-drop had barriers, so.
Yeah, but Beerus would kill the 8-drop. With the 2. You'd spend 4 energy. Which...
that Beerus. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Beerus destroys, man.
No. Because all that's happened here is that Sal, for example, when he swings with one of his cards, he's just going to do the activate battle on the 8-drop and just kill the Sal. So the Sal has accomplished very little there. It has cleared off 2 targets, fair enough. But the 8-drop is going to be one of the threats.
All right, so we see a floodgate. We see the topo android immediately just coming down. Gemma is sitting here comfortably at 7 lives. He's doing fine.
I think he's at 6, isn't he?
No. He's at
it looks
7.
like 3 top, 3 bottom.
3 top, 3 bottom. Yeah, it is possible.
Or is it 4 bottom? No.
I think it's 4 bottom because one of them is like exceptionally big. I think it's 7.
Okay, he's either 6 or. Oh no, he can't be 7 because when he awakens, he goes down.
Yeah.
to 6.
You're right. He is on 6. I've had him on 6 the entire time. I'm just too tired. Oh man. So.
Okay, let's see what's happening. So again, this is that constant floodgating that we talked about. I mean, there's no way, unless you're going for game, that you're going to pay 2, well, you're going to discard 2. Ooh, he does have the Vegeta SCR in hand, which is quite interesting. So we'll see, because he's got so much energy open. I wonder if he's going to use any of it before he passes his turn to do something. Surely he is, but what is he planning on doing? I think he should have, because he's got thing in his hand. Is it Nova? The yellow looking or orange looking birdie thing. What he could have done is he played that first before he used his lead and minus to kill the android 13, or no, it's not 13. Is it 12? Whatever the floodgate is, because then he would have at least drawn an extra card, but just small miss sequencing. Okay, he is gonna swing. Interesting. So he's bottom decking 2 cards to swing with his 8-drop. Interesting. Okay. Oh, and no negates. That's huge. He's gonna do activate battle to kill the Sin. Yep, that's fine.
Yep.
Sorry, I
said
kill
so
Sal.
he's just gonna minus him by 30.
Yep. Or well, it's 3k for every Z charge. So
yeah, but he has a ton. Yeah, he has
exactly.
A ton. So
and then when he's obviously got his Z leader, then it does 30k.
Yeah, and then it's 30.
And then it's got the extra effect where it does 30, and then it also does 3k for every Z. So he's got the potential to do 2 things.
Alright, so now down comes the Super Combo Bionic Blitz. Now I'm 100% sure that this is the correct list that I'm looking at. So it's gonna force Sin to bottom deck 1. We're seeing more and more of this Super Combo at the moment.
Interesting.
And now he's paying 3.
I don't think he can play that. Let me just check.
It's an arrival.
No.
No?
It's because of his leader skill. When you untap 3, you're limited. Is it just to androids? I'm just checking what you're limited to playing. Let me just check.
You can't activate of non-androids. He can do this.
No. You can't use non. Oh yeah, that's place. Yeah, it is. Androids. I wasn't sure if it was androids or
Red ribbon.
red ribbon.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, what am I talking about? They use the Android 17.1 drop. Ignore me. It is early for me as well, but that's why I'm thinking out loud and thinking, can he play that? I'm like, yeah. That's why you always read cards, guys.
Yeah.
Just like what his opponent did, he read the card and he knows what's going on.
Peter, come on, we're card game players. We don't read this.
True.
We memorize images and that's it.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like I like the arrival play there. It's interesting.
Hey,
it clears
Wang,
the battle.
welcome. Yeah, you're welcome, mate. Are you here playing at this event, or are you just watching this from home?
I hope you're playing, buddy. It'd be nice to cast you. Okay, so we see the Vegeta SCR here, so that's obviously going to -5 the leader. He might swing with this. I don't like the idea of swinging here because it's another 2 cards. And with his opponent being such high life total, I'm not really a fan of it, but we'll see. Let's have a look. Let's see what the plan is here. They're just reading text, seeing what he's got. But if we think about this turn, so Sin's in a really bad place. The reason I say that is because if we look at this logically, Sin has bottom decked 4 cards this turn. He's lost his 8-drop. His secret rare is going to get used and gone. Fair enough, the secret rare is not too bad there. But again, he's at 2 life left. He's got no more attacks realistically. If he was at 3 life, then maybe he could have Z-Awakened, brought out another 8-drop.
You're looking at this wrong. Gamma is down on 2. Sin is on 4.
Yeah. Did I not say Gamma?
No. You're talking about Sin. It's morning, man. Anyway.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, mate. Yeah.
It's fine. Anyway, Gamma is down to 2. Yeah, Gamma is down to 2. The tables have flipped very, very fast in Sin's favor in this one big swing. But we will see. So he's down to 4. Gamma no longer has the Unison out. Gamma's on 5 and now needs to deal 4 damage to Sin, who can Z-Awaken after taking 1 damage. So let's see what's gonna happen here. What is he going to play? He needs to make a huge move this time around, because like with Sin's hand and everything, I think Sin doesn't have a lot of cards in hand. He only has 3. Okay, so in comes another Teeth Unison. So I mean, like he has to try. He's going to swing for his opponent's Unison.
Yeah, I'm not massively sold on that here. Because he's got a lot of potential attacks he could have done, like the dual attackers, the crit and whatnot. So I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's why he's done it then. He's done it to flip his leader. Okay.
Yeah. So he's flipping the leader, and now he just needs one big swing at him.
But the problem is he's not going to have enough energy to do much. Like, he's got, like, I'm curious to see why he didn't, say, flip first and then just swing into his leader. With the hits. Like, why focus on the Unison here?
Well, it's because he needs to take damage anyway to go to 3, and then he can Z-Awaken, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. So if you flipped him first, then swung into his leader, then it would have been 15 against 10, and you still can't awaken anyway, because all he's done is he's flipped his leader, but now he's attacking into the Unison. And I just find it, like, I don't know why you would swing into the unison here if you're going to flip the opponent's leader. But maybe the Gamma player has a better line of play than I can see, because obviously I can't see his hand.
So he's swinging the duo into the leader. So this is like 20k single strike, but it's a dual attacker. So it's 20 on 10, and Sin has like 3 cards in hand.
But yeah,
but I'm still thinking, are they? Because we see the Gohan in Sin's hand, like he should. Yeah, so before the attack, Gamma player played a bit too fast, so he's just gonna play the Gohan, get rid of androids.
But what's interesting there is he was planning on attacking leader with the dual attacker as well. So again, we'll see what his plans are, because obviously he's got the knowledge of the cards that's in his hand. I mean, this is a interesting game. It's not gone like the typical, I would say, Gamma versus Sin games. Like I say that, I mean, it's not like it can vary into massive amount.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's different enough than all the ones we've casted.
Mm. Well, but at this point, like you said, it doesn't have too much variance anymore. So, but yeah, it is a bit different. And I think there are a lot. I think that it's a lot due to this, to this game-changing turn that Hit Unison can put out. I think that's pretty cool. So his opponent's leader, the 1-star ball now, is completely useless this turn. He can't awaken, so he basically doesn't have the leader. So one big thing that's happening here is he's missing on that one draw that he would usually get from the leader. He's missing on the removal that he would get from the leader. So that's a huge factor that we need to take into consideration here.
One thing to also consider, so what you can do as a Sin play here is make the best of a bad situation. So you could actually use your leader skill to still search for balls, just to remind yourself what's actually in your life at least. Mm-hmm. Because you don't need to worry about checking where your secret rare is or anything like that, because you've used it. But you may as well remind yourself what's actually in your life at least, because then you know, like, let's say you've got 2 super combos in your life, and there's obviously 4 cards there. You know that what's potentially you're going to get from your life. Or again, let's say there's nothing but negates in your life. Because chances are, even though you would have seen your life before, you'd probably forget at this point. I mean, I would forget what's in my life at this point.
Definitely. I'd also forget what's there.
Yeah, so we'll see if the Sin player does that or not. I mean, he's just going to play a Mega here, which is fine. He can't really attack without bottom decking cards. But I feel like he's not going to do that. Oh, what's he trying to shark him about?
So this game, waking up at 7. So if he's sharking him, I've missed this completely. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Again, maybe you just need the 7 energy. The balls.
By the way, hello Keke. Keke is following us on Twitch. I just saw the message from him. Sup, my friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the question is he get? I mean, he needs to find a way to minus the. Okay, he's not using the unison enough, I think. That's fine. So again, he didn't choose to use the Sin's ability just to look for the life, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. But I think it's a small detail you can do just for that extra bit of potential advantage for yourself. Because I think, unless it was against Yellow, I'm guessing he's given up, or time's called?
I guess time is called, but time is called and Sin wins.
If that's the case, which is kind of wild, really. I can't. Have we really been casting this game for like 30 minutes? Really?
I think so.
It does. Like, I mean, I guess it is because it's 6 o'clock for me now. So
we've been live for like 50 minutes. So
oh wow, okay, that has actually flown. I didn't feel like anyone played slow, but that actually that flew. The time did. So yeah, it's a shame to see Gamma lose there because I feel like it's so heavily Gamma favored that you shouldn't really lose. However, you know, in this occasion it was time. I definitely feel like because I feel like Sin would have just passed at that point, and then he had like one card in his hand. I think he did, or maybe no, I think he had 2 cards in his hand. So I kind of feel like that would be it. I'm not. Again, we'll never know what the plan was because technically Shenron could have swung at leader with the 8-drop, bottom deck the 2 cards, and maybe that would have been enough damage.
So now we're in caster screen, so guys, you can see our dead, tired morning faces.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, that's one huge turn with the secret rare and just dealing all of this damage. It's basically what put Sin back on top and allowed him to win the game through time rules. But yeah, like you said, it was a cool game. It was a cool game. Gamma had the upper hand through the majority of it, which was cool.
Man, I'm just thinking again how much I love casting the live events so much. It's just so cool.
Well, we're gonna be casting Latin America live on the 17th of June.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun.
And that should be a lot. It's gonna be the next set that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it will be, won't it? It will be new set, new ban list, so we need to definitely brush up on the new cards. Because I must admit, because of UK Expo not being in the new set, which is obviously for any people that's traveling to the UK is pretty much in a week's time. Personally, I've myself have lost interest for 2 reasons. One, the main reason is because we've got the old pricing. I want my invoker stuff. I want to win that. So I personally lost interest because of that. And then the second thing was because the ban list is not legal. I don't really care about playing. I'll still play in it, obviously, but like I'm not really practicing that much because to me, I'm just playing for the sake of it now. Like, it's not got the pricing I want, and it's because I know the format is going to be so much better the week after. I don't care to practice anymore against Sin. I don't care to practice against, I don't care. And I know that sounds pretty bad for maybe a competitive player, and maybe if it was EU finals or something, I would force myself through it. But I think at this point I'm just going for the laughs to see people I play against and to play in a real life event. If I do well, obviously I want to do well, but if I don't do well, it's not the end of the world. One sec, just replying to the TO.
I don't know, man. I'm not going to UK Expo, you know that part. So and even if I was, now knowing with the ban list and everything, I wouldn't be too hyped. But I'm gonna go to some other live events here in continental Europe at some point.
But I think the pricing situation is crazy because I'm thinking of people that travel from outside of the UK. So
of course,
especially because the pricing was going to be the invoker stuff. I mean, whether or not you like that more or less is a separate thing. But if you were traveling, like let's say from Germany or France or anywhere like that, because you're thinking, okay, that's the pricing I'm trying to win. And then it turns out that it changed last minute. I think that's really rubbish because there's a few events I'm looking at traveling to, Like there's one in Italy. If all of a sudden that changed it, saying I wouldn't be going. But then it's like if I've already paid for like the accommodation and all that stuff, and then they change it, it's like yeah. So they are setting up the next game, which
Awesome.
seems like another sin. But it is a Majin Vegeta as well. So I think I'm not going to try and predict what people are going to play anymore because I was completely wrong. We are seeing all the sins, so maybe people are playing it as a final hurrah. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, you know what it is because they know it was on stream, so they didn't want to show their spice. That's what it is. Well, that's fine. Yep, very cool. And yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. I think with Margin Vegeta though, I actually feel like I know this might be a hot take, but I think it's once people know how to deal with margin, I think we'll see less of it. So like killing the Goku is one of the key pieces. Like for example, and let's use Android 21 Expert, one of your favorite decks, as an example. Every time the margin will play the Goku, it'll be responded with a counterplay. Now obviously he could Tranical blow it potentially. But if he doesn't, then the Goku dies every single turn, um, and it just stops the draw power so much. So if you can keep the Goku under control, the activate battle one that comes out, then the matchup is fine. Obviously, he loses some of his draw power. There is some new versions of the Margin Vegeta that's around that's using the old men, so to speak, from um, I'm not sure. I know, a few people in our team -2, of a fan of that, and it seems like that's what's getting played very often now. But we'll see. Oh, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll have to say it because if not, Mert will kill me. You got to put respect on Trunks Jisa, bro. Yeah. Yep. Yep. 100%. It's basically potentially Icarus all over again. I must admit, I'm looking forward to both yellow decks from the new set, both Frieza and the SSB Goku and Vegeta. It's an interesting one. I mean, I think yellow is quite open. There's going to be quite a few good yellow decks. I still think, set one Freezer is still going to be around. Trunks Jeter, Margin. Obviously, I potentially the two new yellow decks. Uh, Technically, maybe Goku starter, even though I feel like that's still not going to be good enough yet. We'll see. We'll see the space, but I think yellow is quite open. But I think it will be a yellow meta personally. Nah, you're wrong. All right. Well, we'll soon find out, I guess, how that goes. Um. So yeah. So it looks like they're sort of starting, but it's just easy setup. So Sin searching for the bulls. He's playing 3 of the bulls because then this means the Gohan is live as well. So Margin's just simply swinging, drawing a card. Not much is going to happen. Well, I assume so, because if he hasn't, then he's just charged a great card. The reason he's probably done it, and this is the trap even I fall down to, is because it then obviously makes Meki live straight away. But for example, in this scenario, let's say he had Goku in his hand and he plays Goku, that's going to be hit by the Gohan counterplay, where the T-blow would then be the answer to the Gohan counterplay. So there's a few scenarios where the charge there is incorrect.
Oh my god, I am muted. Oh, I did not know that. Oh, that's good. So nobody heard my shitty take about what's gonna be the next best deck. Now you'll never know.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for letting us know, because
Yeah.
otherwise it just sounds like I'm talking to myself like a crazy man.
Yeah. It's guys. I'm sorry. It's 7 in the morning, and we've been up from since 5. So that's good. That's good. Because I was thinking, like, man, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Now everyone on stream is gonna hear. They're gonna rewatch, and they're gonna hear my shitty take on what's gonna be the next best deck. Now you won't know. Oh, a happy accident. So
this one's an interesting one. The Sins got in energy.
Mhm.
So I've seen a few lists run this a little bit. I'm not sure if I like it or not. But since in Sin you're minusing so much, I don't remember the exact text on the Goku, but basically, in a nutshell, when you minus one of your opponents, I'm not sure if it's cards or battle cards, but it's probably battle cards because of how old it is. Then you get to play it for free. It's just a 15k single strike, and if my memory is correct, it's got the text where you can only have one on the field. But because of how old it is, it was before Union and all that stuff. It's like set, I want to say set 8 or set 9, if my memory is correct. Like I say, it's not a massively good card, but it is a little cute play that works really well in Sin due to him constantly minusing all the time. Let's see what Sin's planning on doing here. Oh, he's playing Broly Crown. Again, this is the... I mean, he can't play this card because he doesn't have any Z energy. But this is, again, another reason why that Tyrannical Tyranny's cost should not... Sorry. Yeah, there's a Tyrannical Blow cost. So I always get mixed up with the Invoker card. But anyway, he should... Looking at his hand, he hasn't got another one in hand. So again, this is the mistake where you should 100% be keeping that card in your hand.
Definitely.
Because it would have been perfect there.
Yeah, because remember when we casted Friends and we saw Philip doing wonders with Tyrannical Blow and Majin Vegeta just by using it offensively.
Yeah.
Just taking away floodgates. So, but there is one card. Have you noticed it in Majin Vegeta's hand? There is a super combo that we haven't seen forever. It's the Zamasu super combo. That one, guys, used to be like a staple. You would play 3 Krillins, 1 Zamasu. Some decks would run like 2-2, because then you would get like Putin out and everything. That was good old times, but then the SCR just kind of came in and said like, no.
It's a very cute play. And then obviously going back further in history, it was more predominant when we had the Bojack unbanned. But it is a very good card, and I like it as a one-off. I think it's a great surprise. So he's comboed with the Trunks here, which gives 10k on battle cards, which is again a draft box card, which could do with a reprint. I mean, it is getting a reprint, but it's a double striker. I mean, to be honest though, for again anyone that's thinking of these decks, it's a bit pointless comboing there a little bit, because the reason being is because when Vegeta awakens, he goes down to 5 life anyway.
Yeah.
So there's literally no incentive for Vegeta to combo out of a 20k, because it's going to cost you minimum 2 cards. So for anyone, again, this is my personal opinion, this is where you got to think, how many life does my opponent either awaken at, and when he does awaken, what life does he go down to? He goes down to 5. Okay, then why am I comboing on this card right now?
Yeah, but that's one thing that I really love about these leaders from the Zenkai block. Like, all of them awaken consistently on turn 2. All of them drop to like 5 or 6 lives. And I think that's very awesome, because it changes. Like you said, you don't attack him, and I think what's happening here is we've had this habit of swinging into leaders, just turn 2 onwards, and it changes the fundamental sequences in gameplay. So now you're looking at, okay, so can I swing at something else and stuff? But then again, in his position, there wasn't really too much to do. If you get your like Dread Destroyer out, he's not gonna be sitting there. So, though personally, playing against Majin Vegeta, I agree with you. I would not have attacked with the Dread Destroyer, because what he does is he puts him, like we saw, he puts him in the rest mode and then just allows Majin Vegeta to clear it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just pure free value. And also, most importantly, you don't actually accomplish anything, because again, he's going to go down to 5 life anyway if he awakens that turn. So yeah, I don't think he should have comboed out of that, because I don't know if he realized it wasn't double strike because his opponent hasn't got a Goku on the field. But he did out combo it with 2 cards. I don't think that was correct, but I think I would have taken that personally. And then saved it for like when it is double strike.
Man, I love seeing Majin Vegeta. I'm so degenerate. I love seeing this deck. I love it so much. Because I'm sick of Trunks Vegeta, and when this one showed up, I was like, yes, this is awesome. This is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's on 2 energy. 2 energy opened. He still hasn't awakened. So like there is no Goku, there is no Z energy charged for the Z battle card. There's nothing. So we can assume that Majin Vegeta is just going to awaken normally by going down to 4 and then awakening.
Yeah, which is quite lucky for the Sin player, because really what should have happened there is he should have had the Goku to awaken. But obviously, you can't always help what cards you have or don't have.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, nice simple repose here.
In comes Robotic, stops. I am shocked that Robotic didn't get touched. So now we'll get to seeing 8 copies of it in a deck.
No, okay. I don't think the Vegeta's as crazy as we once thought personally, because it is obviously a great card, but I feel like most decks are running maybe 2 or 3 copies of it anyway.
You're wrong. Vegeta is insane. I have it on Card Market. Please buy it. So anyway, what was it? It was the T-Blow on Nuova.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. So Nuova is, for those of you guys who are still trying to deal with Shenron. First off, luckily you won't have to do this for long. Second is Nuova is one of those cards that you need to clear, because every single turn that Nuova sticks on the board is basically free value for Sin. Now here's something that I would have done a bit differently, because he should have not should have he could have assumed that Sin probably has the necessary energy and everything to get his SSB Rush Vegeta. So what he could have done is he could have used T-Blow on it instead to blank him, basically.
To blank who, sorry?
SSB Rush, right?
No, because it's got Deflect.
He has Deflect, I'm sorry. I am waking up. I'm really waking up still.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, so blanking the Nuova, great idea, because now he can't minus draw, and like I said, he's just getting dual attack and free value from it.
So one thing his opponent, technically he's missed the auto, but his opponent's fine with it. So remember, guys, with your comboing, to always remember your correct autos. Like he comboed with the Zarbon, he didn't technically use the auto. Then he comboed with the Zamasu, and then used the Zamasu auto. And then his opponent allowed him to restand the Vegeta with Zarbon. So just remember, guys, that autos also apply to to combos, because technically his opponent could, because it is an optional effect. It's not like a draw. It's you may choose up to one. So technically 0 is a correct target. So just remember, autos also exist in combo cards as well. But a small thing, it's not the end of the world. Anyway.
And also keep in mind, like you said, autos exist in combos and autos always the turn players is the ones who resolves first. So.
Yeah. So let's see what the plan is here. He looks like he's swinging into Oceanus. Has he got the... he's still not got the Goku yet, which is quite disturbing for him because...
Yeah, that's...
I assume he's just going to play the 3-drop Goku from the Z Energy here.
Yeah, I
assume
that's what's happening.
I was paying 2. Oh no, because you've got the other Goku as well, haven't you?
Yeah, there is a 2-cost in archetype one.
Yeah, I don't mind this.
This is the one who restands.
Yeah, he restands the 4-drop.
Yes.
But again, I think what I would have done here is, because you've now shown this card, I would have swung with the 4-drop first.
Definitely swing. Because, you don't get double strike, but you still get a 25k swing first, and then you restand, and then you get 25 double.
Actually, no. This is correct, actually, because it's a limit 1 on the Vegeta. So no, this is this is 100% the correct play, because you need the Goku on the field to get the double strike, and because it's a limit 1, if he swung with it first, he wouldn't be double strike for the turn. So I'll take that comment back. The way he's done it, because of the card, is correct, actually.
Wouldn't it be because you sure?
Yeah, it's limit 1, so when you swing, you gain the double if you've got a Goku on the field.
Wouldn't it be like, okay, sure, because I trust you fully.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of once per turn, which is the one that needs to trigger immediately. So, on swing, but okay, sure.
Yeah. So it's fine. It's a small thing, but no, it's not an issue at all. He's going to get quite a few swings here. He's obviously going to get 25 double now. Then the Goku is going to be 25k when it swings. Untaps the Vegeta card again.
Yes.
That's going to swing for another double. His leader's going to be able to awaken. He's going to be able to play the Boo from underneath, if my memory is correct, I think for 1 energy. And that's a 19k dual attacker. So he's still going to have 2 energy open, and he's going to attack quite another, like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 or 5 times he's going to be attacking.
Yes, 4 to 5 times he's going to be attacking.
So quite a lot, and when 2 of those attacks are double strikes, and most of the attacks are 20k upwards, so quite good. Vegeta's obviously now awakened, which is good as well. I think this is looking really good for Majin Vegeta at the moment.
Yeah, I think this is. But thinking about playing Golden Frieza at locals next week, nice blesses. Love Golden Frieza. So this is, like you said, this is looking phenomenal for the Majin Vegeta player at the moment. He's gonna get so many attacks. He's gonna get so much value. Sin is down to 4.
Yeah, the margin's on 6.
Yeah,
sorry, 5.
Margin's on 5. Margin's on 5. That's fine. I didn't touch his lives at all. Now he's swinging in with the Goku.
Yeah, so this will be 25 because of the auto. And again, one thing I also forget about is, like, you can still KO a battle card in rest mode as well, which is quite crazy. I mean, obviously there's nothing in rest mode, but that doesn't matter. What's the card on the field representing?
This is the token from because Sin just used testing the opposition.
Right, that's what threw me off, because he's put so rather than the card being in the drop, right? Okay, that's what he's done. He's just flipped it over.
But what he's doing now is he's swinging with Boo and his opponent. Now, his opponent, he has a blocker, but Boo has activate battle. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch to rest mode. So, however you look at this, the token is not going to be much of a trouble for Vegeta. On Sin's side, Although Bo is swinging 19k, Sin can Z Awaken now, going to 20 because he's down on 3. That's gonna help him alleviate some of the pressure that his opponent has been putting on. And that's what he's about to do. He's checking his Z energy and he is getting ready to Z Awaken, right?
There's no doubt a Z Awakens happening.
Yeah, he has to Z Awaken here.
Yeah. I think
all of the conditions are met. So...
Yep, he's just got 3 life. He can sacrifice 7. Yep, he can definitely meet the criteria. I am scared for Sin here though still, because we've got two energy left. We have
I'm
2
yawning.
energy.
Sorry,
It's fine.
I did not expect that to happen. Don't clip this anyway.
Yeah. Right, where's trainer for you? Okay, here we go. So he's got a super combo out. I guess he isn't going to Z Awaken here. We'll see. We'll see what his plan is.
I'm sorry, man. My cat is looking at me like instead of yawning, I was spewing fire out of my mouth. Anyway, morning, Jeffrey. Morning. So Sin is so he didn't Z Awaken.
No.
Okay.
Which is quite interesting. And the thing is, Majin passed with 2 energy open by the looks of things.
Well, we know Majin has. It's free. It's free.
Yeah.
We know Majin has Vegeta in hand. We know he has that one, and he can now play it. And unless Sin gets rid of the board, the Z battle cards, then Majin can play Vegeta and get his permanent off. The one that negates triple, not triples. That one that negates strike skills, strike damage. But you still need to keep in mind that you are, although even if the permanent goes on, you still take 1 damage. You don't just flat out not take damage.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't know what was in Majin's hand, but it feels bad to pass with 3 energy. Like, in this kind of deck, I feel like, don't get me wrong, something like Golden Freezer is fine, but like, I feel like Majin passing at such high energy doesn't feel great. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Good morning, Kurva. So,
Broly Crown here.
Piccolo is here in the chat and now enters Broly Crown. So
wow.
Okay. So no Vegeta.
Okay, so we can see the SCR in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Release from Evil, Super Combo, Zarbon, Cunning. See, I would have again with the Cunning, I would have just paid 1 energy for it just to draw a card potentially. There. But I guess he wanted to save the energy for the Kamiha, and he wanted to save it for Release from Evil. That's the only thing I can think of he was saving that energy for. But now it's cost him because Broly Crown. And again, this is something that Red's still going to have access to. Like, I absolutely hate Broly Crown. I mean, it's a necessary evil and it's good for the deck. And I'm happy that they got rid of the free play on it with some interactions. But Broly Crown is definitely one of the strongest red cards in my eyes, because any deck that can look at your opponent's hand, especially in aggro decks where they can look at your hand and go, okay, these are your line of plays you can do. This is how much combo power you can do. This is how I can kill you. And knowing the secret rare is in his opponent's hand, especially when it's Gohan, is absolutely huge as well. Because he knows, if the leader's going to go double strike, he's going to be really high. He also knows how to combo correctly now.
Yeah, hand information is king in this game, because keep in mind, it's not only the counters, it's not only secret rares. We're playing in a game where every battle card in hand is combo power as well.
Yeah.
So you know immediately what you're looking at. It's so good.
Yep. And obviously the fact it gets a card as well, it's not, don't get me wrong, I think even if Broly Crown just looked at the hand, it would still be played, or at least I believe it would. But the fact it also grabs a card as well that's, if my memory's correct, 20k or less power, so like aka super combos, it just makes it a crazy good card, and that's why red players are running it now. It did take quite a while for them to really like play it in some respects, but you know, we'll see what happens here. So I think he's gonna go for some battle card swings before he does a leader swing for double. But we'll see what the plan is here. Okay, he's gonna swing 20 double into lead, I assume. I don't like the leader swing first, but we'll see. Maybe he's testing the waters because the thing is, he knows his opponent's got release from evil, so maybe he's trying to bait the release from evil out, so then he can triple strike him with sin. And I like that play as well, because again, this is something you can think of when you've got this hand information, because there's two lines of play here. Like, you can play the 8-drop, and if you swing with the 8-drop, you 100% know that's going to get released from evil, so that basically does nothing. If you swing with the leader and he released from evil your leader, then you can play the 8-drop, hit him for triple, he'll go down to 1 life. So there's a lot of things like that again you can do once you have this hand control, hand knowledge, and then it's up to his opponent to then work out, can he bait him to do something. And then, you know, again, that's what's beautiful about this game. Like, if you release from evil there, then that would, in my eyes, change a lot. So we'll see what happens. But he's going to Black Kamiya to get out of the attack, rest the Broly, draw a card. Yep, that's fine.
Though he used his... He took damage. He's down to 3.
He didn't take damage. He
used his leader. Yeah. Because I'm used to them like putting dice on the leader.
Yeah, exactly. And again, for anyone that's playing, I would highly recommend you make it as clear as possible. So stuff like dice, like right now, we know it's a 20k base leader, but sometimes, you know, in the heat of battle, your opponent's gonna forget. Any Goku Blacks?
We don't have all of the deck lists yet. We'll have them after the event, unless Peter the TO sent you the decks.
I will message him and have another gander, because I know I asked him for like pairings and stuff, and I know they're using they're still using the old TCG
Plus.
No. The one they used to use way before the Bandai stuff.
I don't know which one that is.
It's like TCG like Minister or something. But anyway, I'll have a look. By any chance,
if there are Goku Blacks, it's probably the set 2 one, because I know that often product can be delayed in their region. So I don't know if they have received the Ultimate decks on time. Red Team player's name is Gibson. Okay.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just checking with the TO. I mean, he unfortunately won't have the opportunity to reply until after the game, at least, but still.
So Red Sin is Gibson. Okay, so we can at least type that in. Not a lot of cards in hand. Majin Vegeta, it looks like.
Okay, I'm back with you now.
Yeah. That's cool.
So, okay, let's have a look. What have I missed? So it's Sin's turn. Swinging 20 double.
Using Deluge of Power.
So that's 30 double. Again, I really love these cards. I mean, each color except for black has one. If I want to, yeah, because green has one. Because green, I think, is Trunks or the Goten. I think not Goten.
So,
Gohan, I think.
Sorry, what's happening here is I don't know would I have applied so much pressure here, because he's going for double, and like if Majin Vegeta isn't looking to, let's say, out combo, he is out comboing here, but he also had the option of Z Awakening and blowing up the field, because he's not taking double.
Yeah, 100%. And also, we know that he's got Gohan SCR in hand as well. So you have to think of numbers a little bit, and you want to like try and sort of bait certain things. And again, don't forget he's got that bean effect as well. So he comboed to 35 quite easily. I mean, it was 2 cards, one being a super combo. But Margin's hand is small, but I think it's mostly small because he didn't ever see the Goku, and he still hasn't. You know, the one that activate battle plays it, and then he can rest it to draw a card. It's crazy to think that he hasn't seen that even now.
Yeah, yeah, like not a single one. He hasn't seen that one. He hasn't seen the new forecast, Goku and Vegeta forecast.
Oh yeah, that's another point actually. Yeah, so he is missing some key cards, and I think this is again what's slowing down Majin Vegeta. I mean, it is lucky for the Sin player, I guess, but yeah, I think you just swing leader into the Vegeta Z battle card here, because there's no point in swinging into leader unless you're going to give him double strike. I mean, that's also a plan actually. To be fair, swing leader into leader, and then Z Awaken go down. The only downside with that is you kill your own battle card. So if that's what his plan was, then you'd swing with Vegeta first, just to either bait out a negate, or just to bait out 2 cards from hand or 1 card. So I think again that's something to consider.
Universe at Stake is here. Okay, yeah. So that's
okay.
also
Well, he wasn't swinging, which I didn't realize.
That's also what I'm thinking of right now. So he just needs to bait Sin to take 1 damage, and then because he has the super combo in hand, if he gets to connect with his leader, he won basically. But we also need to keep in mind that Sin is aware that Majin Vegeta has the super combo in hand.
Yeah. So this is going to be huge. He's going to tap down his energy, and this is basically a 30k single / technically dual attack when he's got no active battle cards, which will be the case anyway. So this is going to be, I think this is going to be the end of Sin this turn. We'll see what I end up doing. Maybe like a violent raise would save him, but. Yeah, this is gonna be, I think, a huge turn for Margin. I think Margin wins here.
Majin Vegeta is missing cards because he's not playing the dumpling spice of Roshi and Shen. Yeah, Roshi and Shen really pulling so much weight in this deck.
Yeah, definitely.
So
we'll see what happens.
He's connecting, I believe.
Well, he's just swinging it. His opponent's deciding if he's responding with a negate, because the Margin player hasn't used the auto yet of the Goku to tap down the energy, which he's doing now. So we're in combat now. So 30k, good number to swing. It means it's going to cost him 2 cards, or potentially 1, depending on the way luck is. So let's see what his opponent. I mean, I generally believe Sin loses on this turn, especially with the fact we know Gohan is in Margin's hand. Like, there's no way you're going to survive a double strike from the leader. We do know that Sin has a token negate in hand, which is huge. But bear in mind, Margin still has 3 energy open, so if he does have a cooler in hand, then that's obviously game over as well. So it'll be a very interesting turn. Let's see how they navigate it.
But also, when you said like double front the leader and stuff, also keep in mind that the Majin Vegeta on the field also has double. So that's 2 double strikes coming in.
Exactly.
So here comes the first double, 25k at the leader. They're getting pretty close to time now, I believe, so he needs to deal 2 damage.
Yeah. His opponent's just checking his leader card, probably forgets. And also, what's crazy with the leader, don't forget, he also gets a power boost of 15k as well. So it becomes 30k before he's even started comboing cards. Sorry, 35k before he's. It is 15, isn't it? Or is it 10? Let me just double check. No, it is 15, yeah. So it becomes 35 base before he's even comboing cards anyway. Okay, so this is I think an incorrect play here by playing the, because what will happen is he swings now with the 8-drop and then he rests the blocker, and judging by the way he's picked it up, he doesn't realize that card can do that. Well, that's my opinion. I could be wrong there, but we'll see what happens.
It could be, or he's just double checking what's happening here.
Yeah.
So he's gonna swing, he's gonna rest the blocker, and then, you know, Sin is completely at the mercy of the Majin leader.
You know what? I think you Gohan SCR on this swing as well. If it connects through, the reason being is because he'll go down to 1 life, so it won't even matter at that stage, I think. Because there's also, that's a 40k swing as well. So I think I would drop the Gohan SCR here. I mean, he hasn't, because the reason I would do that is because you want to get the damage, because if your opponent has another token negate, then your turn's done. Or well, potentially. I mean, it depends what he's got, obviously.
Well, we still have one more swing from Majin, and here he comes. He's swinging 20. I mean, at this point, this is no negates, because like on 1 energy he can't negate. I mean, well, he has the rage Shenron one. Yeah, rage. He can negate with that one for free, but he cannot do like token negates. So let's see. So I assume that this is just going to go into no negates, and then Majin doesn't even need to blow up the field. He just uses his super combo, and he becomes huge. And I think this is game.
I mean, you may as well blow up the field, because don't forget you're getting a 15k bonus.
Yeah, that's
which is
a nice
huge
little bonus for him. Like, so he's 35. Yeah, and now he's just using his super combo and Kibito, and that's game. That's game. Majin Vegeta wins round 2. I think we have 4 rounds in total today. We have 20 players or so at the regionals, which is still a good turnout for them, because I know that Asia is one of the smaller regions in terms of player base, so this is still a very good turnout for them. Pete, you alive?
Yeah, I'm just talking to the TO, 1 second.
Okay, sure.
So just an update on deck lists and what have you, 1 second. Okay, so we're not getting a full list or anything that we can provide, or at least have a better understanding, but what he's going to try and do for us is try and get us a list of the leaders, so at least we have some kind of mini breakdown. I did let him know that only because again, you know, to his credit, he is also judging and what have you, so I've asked only if he's got the time available, because obviously he's doing us a good favor by setting this up as well, and I don't want to take too much of his time, because he's going to be a busy guy.
Of course.
So we may or may not have some mini breakdown, but ultimately, obviously, Demian and the Lookout will do their own video, as they always do. So check that out when that drops.
Tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. Or maybe even today. I don't know. I have a long day ahead of me. So, Peter, let's jump into the break screen. Let's
have a little break.
Let's have a little break, guys. We'll be joining you shortly. Okay, guys, so for the moment it's only me. Peter will be joining us very shortly. We are having Gogeta versus Sin for one of the last times ever on table 1. So yeah, this is the matchup that we have been seeing for 9 months or so now. But yeah, the ban list still isn't legal, so this is basically what is to be expected. It's not the most exciting matchup, but it is expected. Alright, so we're gonna see Gogeta going first, charging his boss monster, playing the Goku 1-drop, searching, and he's gonna grab his basically pot of greed Goku. And I'm hearing Peter come into the flat, so he'll be with us very shortly. Sin is just using his ability to search for cracked Dragon Balls. Once again, a cracked Dragon Ball in Sin's lives. Hey Peter, are you here? Not yet. Okay. And the other one is in his deck. Okay.
Hello.
So I just kidnapped the stream while you were gone. It's Sin versus Gogeta.
Okay. Right, so Asia, what have you done to us, guys? You always have these weird and lovely decks, and then we come cast for you guys, and three games in a row, it's Sin.
Yeah, weird and lovely Sin.
But yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just went out for some breakfast. So
Oh. Yeah, well, there's great screen because I'm doing marketing. Because the first two free turns are basically the same.
Yeah. Okay, so we do have the list of leaders. So there's 14 players. We have 1 Gamma, 1 Cooler Galactic Destiny.
Dynasty, that's the green one.
We have 3 SS Vegeta Fighting Instincts. That's the Majin Vegeta, isn't it?
That is the Majin Vegeta, yes.
Yeah. We have 3 Sins.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3 SS4s, so what we got on stream. We have 1 SS3 Gotenks, 1 Comba, and 1 Brawly Surge. So...
Yeah, so this time around, not that spicy this time around, but still, it's it's a regionals event. It's a bit of a smaller regional event, and of course, players will be taking their most competitive decks.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And as I said before, and I think a lot of people will do. For anyone that's obviously invested in these decks, they might see it as a final hurrah to play it before it's finally banned.
Yeah. Ellen is saying, "Let's go Green Cooler." Yeah, let's go Green Cooler. It's the one of the green decks that I play the most. So I love Green Cooler. Sadly, didn't see it on stream today.
I mean, there's still time if it's doing well.
Good day, hey Crash. Hey Crash, good day. Alright, so I'm so glad that this is the last time that we see these two. Wait, Jeffrey, let me think. Is this the last time? I think it is. I think we don't have any regional live streams scheduled until the ban list comes out.
No, but please send a prayer to us in the UK, because our UK Expo, so our regional, which is this coming weekend, unfortunately still has Sin and Gamma and all that. So send out some love and prayers to us, please. Thank you.
Yeah. We won't, though we won't be bringing you UK regionals, so we're sparing you Sin and Gogeta, unless Peter puts his phone and just streams his table.
Yeah, but perhaps. Current undefeated as well is 1 Gogeta, which is what we got on stream, 2 red Sins and 1 Majin Vegeta as well. So that's what we also have undefeated as well. So we know that there's a Majin Vegeta versus the other Sin. So we can predict that we know obviously what the finals is likely to look like. It's probably going to be... I would like it to be maybe an SS4 versus Majin Vegeta.
I think that's the more interesting one to see.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening, but we'll do our best as well. See what goes on.
So we have this round and one more, and that's it. Because there's just 20 players.
This also means I have a little bit of time before I gotta go start work.
You're gonna be here for the final game, or?
No, I am. So what I mean is, by the time we finish, I'll probably still have time. Because let's say it's an hour, I start work in 2 hours, so it means I get an hour before work.
Okay. See, Peter is working dedicatedly. He saw that new invoker card, and he's I'm working Sundays too. I'm gonna get it one way or another. Oh man.
And I still have hope that Invoker's gonna get something, because I still don't understand why Bandai are reprinting all these Invoker cards if they're not giving something. I think Apex will be the anniversary box SCR this time around as well, but we'll see.
If Apex is anniversary box this year, I'm gonna be confused completely. With what's happening.
No, they're gonna give Invoker support finally, and then you got to see the reign of terror once again from the king. But anyway, we'll see. So very early imposing presence by SS4. Maybe that was more for safeguard to not take too much damage this turn. But I do feel like that was a bit too early, personally.
It was a bit too early, I agree with you. Because Sin would not put so much pressure that SS4 cannot combo out of. So that was a bit too early.
Yeah, 20k Meki Z leader, sure. I love anniversary boxes. Oh, this is a very interesting unison. So, for anyone that doesn't remember, this is a pretty broken unison, to be fair. Luckily, it's limited to 1 now. Oh, and the Shin is really good because it will stop him attacking.
Shin is huge right now. So basically, the Piccolo says when opponent uses a counter, you get to your auto triggers and then you kill one of their 15k or less cards. And it's not once per turn. And on plus, he had +1, he draws a card. And then he has like this huge rejuvenate effect as well.
Yeah, which is going to be pretty irrelevant, but it was really good again, for the King Piccolo deck that obviously used to run it at 4. But it is what it is. So yeah, to be fair, the SS4 looks pretty in control at the moment with the Sin, because again, this was Shenron's weakness. The fact it couldn't have black battle cards is pretty huge, to be honest, because you lose out on so much tech like the Shin, like the Black Smoke. So I always thought it was a good, I want to say the term balanced loosely, but it at least was balanced the fact he couldn't run the black tech stuff, because I think they were worried because of the bulls and stuff, maybe with like desire cards and stuff like that. So maybe they were concerned about some interactions with there's black extra cards obviously, but like there's certain battle cards maybe they were concerned about as well. I don't know.
It is possible, but yeah, it was a good balance call. It was definitely a good balance call.
So yeah, we're just seeing the standard combo cards, nothing much going on. Combos out. Okay. So I think Sin is fine. SS4 is fine. We'll see what Sin's planning on doing this turn. Not a lot to happen. Let's see, shall we? I mean, I can see in Sin's hand he has got Beerus Ball, which again is something I've noticed red decks have started packing a lot more of, because it counterplays and it hits 15k or less. There is ways to play it for free, but you need multicolors for that, so we're not going to worry about that.
That's not gonna happen. But still, we see Gohan coming in for 120k double blocker negs when he enters.
It's such a good card, man.
Absurd card. Though I would argue that it's a good card. Oh, and we have the Gohan in response. It's a good card. It's not a broken card, because I hear a lot that like it's overtuned, it's overpowered. I don't believe so. I believe it's like this in these red decks that can just charge, because you'll see once the other Z decks come in, not Z, red decks come in, Gohan is gonna lose a lot of his power because he's so broken, because these guys just charge the energy like crazy. Especially Sin. But he's still gonna be good. He's still gonna be good, don't get me wrong. But we're not gonna have like Gohan is insanely broken.
Exactly. So we just saw there that his opponent completely forgot that he was under the effects of Shin. So he paid 2 for the 8-drop and then he tried to attack with it. It's fine. It's not the end of the world, because he's still going to kill the pink Piccolo Unison here. But, you know, he was obviously going to do a lot more with that card. But, you know, not the end of the world. But this is also why, even though the Piccolo is so good, this is why the Gogeta Unison has replaced him, because the +2 is just crazy value. Yes, the draw is very nice on Piccolo, and I think Piccolo is a better call against like a Yellow, for example, because of the auto to. Because obviously before, when you would say do Meki Riposte, you would instantly kill it. So I think with a card like Piccolo, that is more suited for yellow and blue matchups.
Yeah, than it is for red matchup.
Yeah, exactly.
Because how many real counters are you gonna see here? So it's not exactly here. Oh, in comes the boss monster. So Gogeta, I'm not. So he's gonna tap out entirely here, but he's gonna clear his opponent's board. He's gonna clear the Unison as well. So, I mean, I'm not a fan of tapping out here completely, but I guess it's fine.
It's a tricky one, because if, say, for example, this is the scenario that could happen. He's going to clear the board here, which is great. And then he's going to swing into his leader.
Yes.
Now, if his leader takes it, he's going to be in the awakening of the Z leader, which would allow potentially the Sin player to play 2 8-drops this turn, while on his turn. So it'll be interesting to see how his next turn looks, because he's got the ability to really put on some aggression. But we'll soon find out what's going on there.
No, he's swinging 35 triple into Sin's leader.
I wonder if he just take it here.
Yeah, he's just gonna take it here.
I think that's fine, because you can Z awaken. I mean, he's still got a few attacks. You know, leader swing. He's still got the Vegeta crit on the field. So he's still got attacks that are going to be happening this turn. I don't think Sin is going to die this turn, but I do think his clapback will potentially force a Z leader awaken. Whether or not that's a good thing or not, because the 8 drops on the field is questionable. But we'll soon find out. So he's going to swing into lead surely with 20 crit. I wonder if you Z leader here as the Sin player.
No, he's just comboing out of it. I think I would have Z awakened here, because like it's not like you get a benefit. You know how you get benefit. Like you draw one, you restand one. You don't get this with the Z Leader.
Exactly. The only benefit he can get, I don't think it's important at this stage, is he gets the ability to minus with his leader first, and then when he awakens, he gets to do another minus. Like I say, I generally don't believe that's going to matter in this particular matchup, but I feel like if he's E-leadered, he could have comboed out of both of these attacks, and that would have been a much better situation, I think.
Alright, so we're going back to Sin's turn. So he's probably gonna Z-awaken. He's charging his energy. Okay, so Gogeta is completely tapped out. And he is on 6. So Sin is gonna start chipping away at him.
So he's gonna go for the double strike on the Unison if he doesn't negate here. Yep, there we go. We see that.
But I'm also thinking. I'm thinking on the lines that you have mentioned. It's not gonna be end of the world for Gogeta if Sin forces him to Z-awaken, because like then he just keeps his boss monster on the field, clears the board again, and then swings 35k.
No. He won't be able to clear the board again.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because this is a thing that a lot of SS4 players do forget about, is because of the interaction between the leader, because it's the leader that lets Gogeta attack in active mode. And what it is when you play the 8-drop Gogeta, your leader gains Gogeta skill. It's kind of weird, but it allows the 8-drop to attack in active and restand and what have you. And if you play with it already on the field, he's no longer a Gogeta target at the end of the turn, so you can't attack in active. In rest mode, I believe it's still okay. I don't remember the exact text. I just remember that. I'm just going to check now the exact text on it, because I just remember that people after the turn forget exactly how it goes. So yeah, so the leader, sorry, the Unison itself, Unison, I can't even speak now. The battle card itself is the one that when the opponent's battle card is KO'd by this card attacks, restand it, and it's the leader itself that allows it to attack in active mode. So yeah.
Gotcha. Alright, so Gogeta is down to 4. Sin is pushing him on the clapback.
I think we're going to see at least one 8-drop here.
I think so too.
But I the more I think about it, the more I'm curious why he didn't Z-leader. But maybe he had a different plan. So he plays an 8-drop, swings with the 8-drop. There's the block. That's fine. To be honest, I'm not liking where Sin is right now. I think I don't know. I think Sin will die on the clapback here.
I think Sin will die on the clapback too. Yeah.
I must admit, it's one of the areas that I'm weak on, and I'm still learning, because I'm not generally an aggro type player. Obviously a control player. So one thing I'm struggling with a little bit when I play my games is when you're in this, like, the end of this sort of kill turns here, understanding how far and how much to combo. I mean, it's a skill set that you need as an aggressive player. And I say aggressive when it's turn 4, turn 5, but you know what I mean, like understanding how much to combo, what point, like in these kind of games. I understand from a control point of view, but these ones are a little bit more foreign to me, and it's something I'm learning. Does he have another 8-drop? That is the question. If he has another 8-drop, that would be pretty big for the SS4 player. Well, let's see, shall we? I mean, he'll have one energy open, so he'd be fine, I think. Let's have a look. What's he got in his hand? I can see a Gohan, a super combo. I think he's got a 4-drop.
Okay, so he's playing the Goat in Unison. Not Unison. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm also dead right now. So he's playing the Goten promo TP card.
Yep. Which, if my memory is correct, it's 15k, but you can pay one to minus, I believe it's by 20k, and you you draw a card on play, if my memory is correct, and then you can pay one, and it gets 20k minus, and it gets a 5k boost. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check. That's what my memory says, but my memory could be hazy a little bit. On a side note, I do wonder if we're going to see the rise of U7 Goku again after the ban list.
Well, I think if U7 Goku comes back, I know that one of your favorite decks is gonna be here to fight him. So that's one thing that why I'm not super sold on U7 Goku coming back, because Janemba is doing well right now.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Against U7, yeah, it's gonna do pretty good.
Yeah, I just also found the card. Yeah, it's obviously it's 15k double strike, which we know when it's played, draw one, and then you pay one. This card gets 5k power for the turn. Then choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 20k. So yeah, my memory was pretty alright on that one.
Well, it's fun. We haven't seen this one forever. A lot of deck lists have dropped him.
Yeah, it's a weird one because it's still a decent card, but you're right. I think what happened was as soon as the Gohan came out, obviously the minus 20k counterplay, it kind of made sense for these decks to run that over him. However, I think what will happen is, like you said earlier, because the certain red decks don't charge as much Z energy, what we'll probably potentially see is a shift back to this card, maybe. It's a hard one because obviously the Gohan is so good because it's a minus 20k, it's a blocker, it's a double striker, and it's 20k base. But it also requires that Z energy or Z battle card situation, which some of the decks will struggle to generate. Like U7, like talking about U7 Goku, that wasn't really a deck that would Z charge.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. In comparison,
yeah, so that's the one thing to keep in mind for those of you who have just joined us. We're just talking about Promo Gohan not being as good as it is believed that the card is. It's extremely good in these two decks. Yeah. You need to see how the rest is going to Z charge, and if you look at stuff from Zenkai block, they will have an issue Z charging. And if you look at older stuff like U7 Goku, like we just talked about, that one's also gonna have an issue Z charging. So Gohan is gonna fall off a bit, the promo one.
It's crazy actually to think U7 Goku was set 16 as well. Crazy. I can feel it's like pretty much 6 sets ago.
So now comes the double striker as well.
Yeah, so these have really cool autos that a lot of people forget about as well. So what he's doing here is when he combos with the double striker from the field, he can pay 1 red and give his leader double strike.
Oh, he's going for the game.
Yeah, it makes sense, I think, at this point. Yeah. I like that play a lot because there we go. Game.
That's game. So Gogeta beats in, and now hopefully the finale is going to be Majin Vegeta versus Gogeta. Because I can't believe, man, out of all of the games that we have streamed, this is our 6th or 7th regional event out of 16 or 17 of them. Like, we streamed like nearly half of them.
Yeah.
We haven't seen much in Vegeta versus Gogeta on stream. Like,
Have
not
we
a
not?
single time. I think not. I think we haven't. No, we saw it. We saw Tarpini play. And I remember that he used Vegeta Unison of Fury to keep the SS4 in check.
Ah, right, yeah. And the thing as well is, you know, we streamed a lot of the regionals, but also we didn't start streaming when the regionals first came out as well. So we've done a lot of streams and a lot of the regionals, but like I say, it wasn't like we started as soon as the regionals came out as well.
I think going back, I think we've missed like 3 or 4 of them at the very start. So yeah. Well, guys, we are in for one final round. No idea when it's gonna be, because I don't have the timer. But hopefully it's gonna be... Oh, no, it's over now.
Oh, well, no, they're probably just giving prizes, because when there was 4 undefeateds, so it's not possible unless the 2 people, like, it may be if the 2 people that would be in the final were like brothers or something, we're just like, yeah, we just split it, I guess. But maybe they're just giving out prizing because we know that these are the guaranteed top 4 players, I guess. I don't know. Oh, that's participation anyway.
Yeah, that's participation.
So
anyway,
yeah, they're probably just giving out participation now. As a side note, I really love. I know they're only reward cards, but I really love just how clean and just basic the reward cards look. I know that's like a weird thing to like, but I do like the reward cards. Like, I like anything like that. It's so cool.
I like them as well. Please sell them to me. Oh man. Alright, guys, so if this isn't the final round, then we will be back with the final round after a small break. So we'll be seeing you soon. If it is the final, we will update you.
Yeah.
And guys, here we are with the final game of the Asia regional event. It is Gogeta versus Red Sin again. But hey, we talked about this a bit, and yeah, let's do this. This is the last regional event, as far as we are aware of, that we are casting before the ban list. So one last time, let's do this matchup, and then we will never do it again.
Yeah, it's a good final hurrah, I guess. But yeah, it's nice to sort of say that this will be the last time we cast this particular deck. And yeah, we'll see what the future ones bring. It would have been nice to have seen maybe a different finals, but that's fine. We're in this position now where, this is what we've got, so let's just enjoy. So let's have a look at this matchup. I mean, obviously they're rolling and siding, so it's early doors. But we've seen this matchup loads. Who do you think's gonna win this one, brother?
I'm biased towards Gogeta, so yep. I mean it's not as one-sided, of course. Like these are two of the best decks in the game, so it's not one-sided. But I don't know, I feel like I know and understand Sin a lot better than I do Gogeta, but I fear Gogeta much more than I fear Sin. Then again, I'm a green player, so I fear Gogeta for a very good reason, but still. One final time, unless you're from the UK. That is true, Jeffrey, but this is the final regionals that we are streaming, I believe, before the ban list. So for us, this is the final time that we are seeing them on the stream, and it feels so weird to know like we're not gonna see them ever again.
Yeah.
However, I'm just going to remind all of you information that is publicly available, Bandai, publicly available, that the anniversary box is going to have the Spirit Bomb alternate art GT Spirit Bomb alternate art SER. And if you know anything about Dragon Ball GT, there was only a single Spirit Bomb in the entire show, which was used when Goku defeated Shenron. And if Omega Shenron, sorry, and if that is an archetype locked SER, then we are like one set away from another Sin later. So yeah, just chew on that for a few moments.
Are we sure that is public knowledge?
It's in. It is. I believe that it is public knowledge.
Oh, it's right. I'm not aware of it.
Yeah. It's somewhere. I saw it somewhere. If it's not, fine.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it by now. It's fine. Then again, it could be just me speculating. I don't know. I could just be speculating and spreading rumors around, because none of this has been confirmed. So it's supposed public knowledge that hasn't been confirmed yet. So I don't know. I might just be lucky guessing here. Maybe.
But that's fine anyway. It's not the end of the world. I'm sure it'll be okay. So, I mean, again, it's the early couple of turns. Not a lot of things happen here. So I'm not going to worry about it too much at this stage. So let's have a look what it looks like is happening.
Okay, so let's check this out. Okay, Gogeta is just going to start Z charging. He looks top 3. He grabs his Unison. The scene taking the damage.
I love the SPR art. It looks so beautiful.
Absolutely, one of the most beautiful artworks in the game. And down comes the Unison. Gonna look at top 3. Gonna grab any red card. Okay, here comes Vegeta, bottom decking the other 2, so now I guess it's just gonna +2. Oh, and here comes that Vegeta down, drawing him a card, and then he's just gonna combo with it on the attack and draw again.
I'm sorry, the TO judge just said something funny to me, but pretty much saying about the final round. And these are like decks that should have been banned 2 sets ago, which is very true. I mean, I know we touched on the ban list a few times, and I'm sorry if we've gone over it too much, but it's like I've said it before and I'll say it again. The ban list we've got should have been what we had in set 19, but unfortunately it wasn't. So, but we got it now, so we're happy. So, Sin's charging the Kaioken, which. I don't think I can't think of it being super useful in this matchup. I mean, the board wipe is irrelevant. Nothing really has barrier that you want to like minus 25k. I mean, normally that's a card that you have in when you're playing Sin versus Yellow, because you can't deal with the 4-drop Sin because you don't have access to Black Smoke. So the Kaioken is a great answer to that deck. To that card in the deck. But I'm not sure really. I mean, we could see another one in his hand as well. But I'm not sure what you keep it in. Again, or what you use it against the SS4, because I mean, I guess you could use it against like the Gohan we see there and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't feel it has massive use, especially because it's going to cost 2 energy as well.
All right, so Natron came down.
1 second, I'm just replying to the TO. So you chat for a sec.
Thinking gonna need more coffee to stay awake. Okay, so because mate, like for me it was like less than 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah.
But here we are, guys. We're casting the finals. Let's get absolutely hyped for that.
Yeah, let's get hyped for the finals, guys. So you can see that on distributor site. You can see that, so it is public knowledge. Okay.
What SCR is getting reprinted?
What?
Did you say an SCR is getting reprinted?
No, they didn't say. They said that there was gonna be an SCR with the Spirit Bomb GT art. It doesn't say which one.
Okay, right.
But it is public knowledge, so yeah, awesome. Thank you for confirming this.
What SCR would best suit that?
I think it's gonna be something new.
No, because they normally do reprints and anniversary.
Yeah, but it can be an SCR from the next set and then reprinted as well.
That's a good point.
So Sin Shenron again.
I don't think they will, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Sin Shenron again. This time in green, and we are all safe.
Yeah, Mikey. Well, no, was it? Oh, no, it wasn't Mikey. You know what? I just thought, because I saw like the XX. I don't know why, but in my head that was an M for Mikey. That's when you know it's been late. Early late, however. But let's enjoy this final game, and let's all celebrate the SS4 and Sin for other than for us UK players. Is no more. Let's just celebrate and dance. I can't wait. This is when like everything's going to pot now, where it's like we're tired. Well, it's weird, isn't it? Because it's a different kind of tired. Because normally when we're casting these, we have to stay up quite late. This is more lack of sleep tired, I am waking up more, but then it's like I feel like my speech is still affected quite a lot because the tiredness. So I think it swings and roundabouts. But yeah, I'm gonna try and focus now for the last couple of turns. So this is what's really good with SS4, and it can draw so many cards because it's got these 4-drops like the Goku, where he plays it for free from the Unison or his leader swing when he's awakened. And then you draw a card, you combo with it, you draw another card, you then Z-charge it. It's a crazy combo. But what he's going to do, he's going to Z-charge that Goku. He then has a Goku and Vegeta in his Z energy, which then allows him to rest, to awaken. And that's how this turn's going to go, really. He's played the Vegeta crit guy, which again minuses something by 15k. Is it 15? It's not 20, is it? It's 15, I'm pretty sure.
It's 15. It's 15.
But it's got crit, which is great. I don't know why as well, but they seem to always do that with Goku and Vegeta. They always seem to give Vegeta crit, and they always seem to give Goku double strike. I mean, if you look at the majority of cards, I mean, I could be wrong, but at least the ones I'm thinking of, most of the time, like even if you look at the Whis archetype, I'm pretty sure it's the same in the Whis archetype as well. Where
Vegeta always is. Oh no, Vegeta is 20 man because would have killed it with full think here. Anyway,
no, I know Vegeta is 20k, but he's minus in effect.
Yeah. You're right. Like you said, Whis archetype, Gogeta BR, the green one. Also, Vegeta is the one with crit.
Is it right? Yeah. I don't know why they're obsessed with giving Vegeta crit and Goku double strike. Maybe there's like some.
It's something in their personalities,
Yeah, some kind of law where it's a case of because maybe Vegeta being maybe more strategic. Maybe they see that as more of a crit. But then again, actually, I've seen one Whis here actually where, one of the yellow ones where Goku is the crit. So maybe it's just on a few cards. Maybe it's not as ingrained. So yeah, maybe. But then obviously we've got the 8-drop that's got crit on. So for Vegeta, so
Oh, down comes Shin, which is gonna be great at the moment. So he's just gonna prevent Sin from going off with his boss monster.
Yeah, this Shin is such really good tech. I mean, I did play Sin in set 18. I did play it to the EU finals, and one of the things that I thought was a weakness to Sin was, and I said it earlier today, was the lack of being able to pack black cards for 2 reasons. One, not having access to Shin is huge, but also not having access to the Demigra. Oh, and Black Smoke now, but also like the Demigra combo kill something 30k ignoring barrier. Yes, you've got the bar one. But that doesn't ignore barrier, unfortunately. So when it came to like the mirror match and you're giving your Omega's barrier, it was a pretty pointless card. So I still feel like, as I said earlier today, if anything is balanced about Sin, it is the fact it couldn't pack black battle cards. I do wonder, because I know a few of my friends have always said this about Sin. I do wonder if they changed Sin so he could only have Shadow Dragon battle cards. Maybe he could have stayed unbanned. Maybe the restriction would have been too much, especially because there's not enough red Sin cards at the moment.
There is enough, but he would have to run Ice Shenrons then.
Yeah. But maybe that would have been a way of keeping the leader around. I'm not sure if maybe Bandai should have gone down that route first just to see if they could keep it, because the problem when you ban a leader is unless the archetype unless there's another obviously leader for that archetype or whatever, you basically ban the entire archetype. Like in this case, yes, some of the Sin cards you could pack in the yellow Sin, and play it with your pay 6 leader skill, but that's not happening.
That's not. All of these cards are basically worthless now.
Yeah. So
except in Xenoverse,
yes.
Xenoverse, guys. So
very true.
Those of you who don't have decks for the Xenoverse tournament, you can just bring your Gogetas and Sins now.
Yeah.
Please don't, but you can.
Yeah, and what's crazy is they're not even the most broken decks in the room, but
oh yeah, definitely not.
But I do think that kind of a change could have kept Sin okay, because you wouldn't have like the Yamcha that you see now. You wouldn't have the Gohan counterplay. So there's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't have access to, and I think that would be fine. Again, your super combo lineup would be restricted because you wouldn't be able to have, because there's no Sin super combo. So they'd have to print a super combo as well. But these are the things that I think would keep Red Sin in check without banning him. I think with SS4 is probably too far gone to balance it out. Maybe the drawing power you'd have to hit. So I think with SS4 you just got to ban it.
Yeah, I think that because I said this in my ban list video too. I think like Sin, if they just said you can't play non-Shadow Dragons, so that you can still use your super combos.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That would have fixed it completely. Gogeta, there's just too much. There is no one solution to it. So, except banning it, you would have to limit and errata the archetype like crazy.
Yeah.
Sin had an easy solution.
Yeah, I think Sin they could have kept around, but I think it was just a lot easier to ban. And I think with Gamma, maybe... Again, I'm not a fan of erratas. Oh, this is really good. The Yamcha here is going to help clear.
Nova, which is a draw engine. So, okay, this is... I mean, Gogeta is in a really... Gogeta is in a winning position here. That's what I'm trying to say. Unfortunately, Sin just bricked, kinda. My friend judging the event, shout out to Kaimon. Okay, Kaimon, shout out to you. I'm reading chat on Twitch. So, anyway, this is gonna be huge, and Sin unfortunately didn't start off well. Cause not being able to awaken until he fell down to 3 lives, that really hurt, man. And now no boss monster swing as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, the SS4 is going to be in a commanding lead. I think, generally speaking, unless Sin could get a really early start, I feel like this is SS4's game to win. Because, again, when I was playing Sin before, even if you establish, let's say you establish the 8-drop on the field, all the SS4 player needs to do is play his own 8-drop. He clears your field, then swings in at your leader for 30k triple as well. So there's just so many ways for, I think, SS4 to draw more cards. It's not winnable for Sin, because I've definitely beat SS4 players as my Sin. But if you're playing against, say, someone like Mikey on SS4, you're probably not winning as the Sin player, for example. But I mean, this is really nice, Wolfang Fist, because this is something that's really cropped back in the meta. I mean, since set 18, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because of the Gogeta also, because Gogeta is just insane. For a very long time, we didn't have... Actually, until we got Gogeta, we didn't have a good 2-cost unison after Piccolo got hit. So everyone just switched to Baby instead.
I mean, I love the baby unison.
The baby unison is great, and we will start. I believe that we will start seeing it more now.
Yeah.
Because for example, if U7 comes around, then are you running Gogeta unison in U7?
100%.
Yeah. So
I mean, there was obviously some builds of U7 because there was two kind of main chains. You had the skillless version that used the 2-drop unison. I forgot which one it was, but it was to do with skilllesses. I think it's a freezer. I think it is. I don't really remember. And then you've also got the baby unison as well, which moves away from the skillless build. I feel like the baby unison is the correct one to play, especially because of black smoke as well. And also I feel like it gives you so much value in that deck because baby unison is so hard to get rid of that I feel it's on the verge of I know it sounds weird to say, but being pretty broken. Because I know it's only a 10k during your opponent's turn, but because it absorbs stuff and it can use those as markers, like if you think about it, when you put a baby unison underneath another baby unison, it's like a +2 because you get a +1 from obviously putting it underneath, and then when they attack into the baby unison, you just detach the baby unison that you put under it to not take the damage. So it's crazy. And then again you can put the Gogeta, sorry, not Gogeta, but the 8-drop spaceship boss monster. And again, that does a similar thing. It puts a marker on the top of it, and then again you can, even though you won't, you can also detach it, and then anything you eat from your opponent's side and it goes under, again you can detach that. So I feel like the baby unison, and it's got Vidal, it's so good.
Ethan, no ape coos unfortunately at this event. No ape coos.
No ape coos. So we just see a combo there, out comboed, Z charged. Quite a basic turn. I think if I was the SS4 player, I'd be feeling pretty happy right now. Like I feel like, even though I think Sin went first, no, SS4 went first, so it's even stronger as well. I feel like, you're laughing. I don't think you drop the 8-drop here if you have it. I think you probably look at maybe going down the Vegeta Z battle card potentially, because you could definitely clear the unison. You could probably kill the Sin here. There's quite a few effects. I mean, we can see that he's got the 8-drop in his hand, and I think he's planning on playing it because he's got it at the front of his hand. Oh no, we see the secret rare. Excellent. Okay.
Oh yeah, here comes the Vegito.
Ooh, this is very good. He's going to look at his hand, and if he has no negates, he is dead.
Yeah, he's dead if he doesn't have any negates. So we might actually see this finally end very quickly.
Let's see what's in his hand. Let's see.
So, is this going to be it? In the final game.
So what we got? We got Gohan, we have Omega.
Oh, there is a negate.
Okay, there is two negates there. That's fine. So he's going to get rid of the rage, and then he's got token negates to get around. Which is
So how would you get around that token negate now?
Oh, you've just got to attack into it.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean by getting around. Well, Vegeta, for example, would be really good, but he doesn't have the energy, so.
But he still has like 4, right? So he has 4 opened. He can probably.
Oh, there's also a Wolfang Fist as well.
I mean, at 4 opened energies, can he just go into his boss monster and just swing for the win?
That's probably why he's counting how many cards his opponent's got. Because if we look at this, how much Yeah, I think you do that. I think you swing with the 8-drop first, force all the cards out of his hand, then if he's able to out combo that, because I didn't really get the chance to count it, then you just swing with the 8-drop first, clear the field, then swing it, take away cards. Probably swing with them like Yamcha first, and then leader maybe.
So down comes the boss monster, and yeah, this is huge. So he can wipe. So they're just discussing it. He's explaining what the boss monster is doing. He's wiping the board, and then he's just gonna swing with it.
Yeah, I feel like it. You don't need to explain how great that card is.
Yeah.
Just say, look, this is what it does. You can't do nothing about it. It's gonna do what it wants to do.
So he's swinging 35.
That's okay. I mean, it's gonna force a lot of cards out of his hand. He's definitely, obviously, not dead here, but it is a good. It is good. Let's see. I mean, it's gonna force. We know, like, say, he's got one token negate already on the field. We know that the Yamcha's gone, so the Yamcha's doing nothing. We know there's no way for him to kill the token negate, so the Sin is not dead by any means, but the Sin is going to have very little cards left in hand. So he's going to keep the 8-drop in hand, I think. Let's see what he's keeping.
Let's see what's happening. Because, yeah, he's obviously not swinging the secret rare for the game. Now that we know that there is... I mean, he's just going to swing into it anyway.
Yeah, because he's got to force the block and negate at some point.
Yeah.
So you may as well do it now. So he's done token negate. So, I mean, Sin's at 2 life here.
Yeah, I mean, like, if he can kind of force him down to 1, can he just, like, Z awaken in his attack and then kill him?
Yeah. But he's not gonna. He's
not
gonna get him
he can Z awaken. Life is at 4 or less. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good point as well.
Yeah, because that's what I was looking at. Like, just chip him away down to 1 life and then just Z awaken.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, he'll just summon Vegeta on the next turn anyway, and then he'll be able to do that.
Plastic is on the mat probably just to, protect the mat, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's the premium anniversary box one.
I personally wouldn't be able to play on that mat, like, with the plastic. It would feel too, I don't know, It just feel a bit meh. So let's have a look at this too. Yeah. Your cats are waking up.
Yeah, it's gonna be chaos soon.
Always fun. I believe what's gonna happen here is Sin's gonna put on some pressure. He's definitely not gonna kill him this turn. But it'll be interesting to see how the actual turn plays out.
Alright, so, because right now we are seeing Gogeta definitely in the winning position here.
Yeah.
Like, 5 lives, Sin looking at only 2. He's gonna put up the best fight that he can, so he's putting down his boss monster. He's gonna be swinging with it.
The thing is, you're just going to block with the 8-drop Gogeta, I suspect, yeah.
2 Philippines players. That's what I'm reading in chat.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Token negate, so now Gogeta can awaken it whenever he wants to. He's down to 4. Of course, he's not gonna be doing that now, but, like, yeah. So in comes another Sin.
Okay, so it's going to use the 8-drop to block on this, and then I think that's fine. Let's see. There's some conversation going on. I assume, judging by them laughing, I think it's, you know, they're just having a bit of fun now.
It's always great, you know. Like, I like that. Like, even in this game, you know, even if it's, you know, the finale, you know, the community is so awesome in this game. You know, just chilling, having fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's the key thing to have, isn't it? Obviously, we all want to win and do as well as we can. But at the same time, you got to have a bit of fun. Otherwise, what's the point? And for anyone that's going UK Expo, come say hi. I will be playing. I'm not sure if I'm playing this Saturday yet, because the pricing when I originally bought the One Piece ticket obviously wasn't very good for the Dragon Ball. So I wasn't gonna play in Dragon Ball, but then they did. For anyone that doesn't know, they did increase the pricing, so it's now Zenkai Cup pricing, so you can get like your uncut sheets and stuff like that. But originally the link still takes you to what looks like normal TPs, so it looked like just a glorified like locals a little bit. But the pricing is actually, you know, good. So, and because I prefer Dragon Ball over One Piece, I suspect I'll be going to that, but we'll see.
Who doesn't? So, yeah, game is dead. So, anyway, as it stands, Sin is swinging with his boss monster, Gogeta is blocking with his.
Yep.
Yeah, but definitely if you're at the UK Expo, go say hi to Peter.
Exactly, and we'll see what decks I end up taking. I'm thinking it either Android 21 Expert or like maybe Freezer, or maybe something else. We'll see. So we got the Vegeta. I mean, I love this Z Battle card. It's so strong. It's just you know, I think this is going to be pretty hard to power creep as well, to be honest. What's the plan here, do we think? Let's have a look. Is he going to go for the double strike again? I think he is, you know.
I think he is.
Yeah, I think he's going to go straight for game. Let's see. His opponent's reading it, but there's not really a lot he can do about it.
Yeah.
Because he's got nothing on the field. So he's going to... Yeah, he's going to do it, isn't he? Yeah. Combos with that, give double. Okay. So now he's just dumping hand.
Yeah.
So, super combo.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see. And another one. Yeah, this is game.
Yep.
So in the final Gogeta versus Sin game ever on the Lookout regional live streams, Gogeta, like in Dragon Ball GT, takes the win.
Yeah, I guess there's some poetic in that, I guess, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, in the first tournament ever in this format since BT18 released, it was Sin who won at Zenkai Showdown, because Zenkai Showdown was the first BT18 event ever. And now Gogeta took the win in the last one, at least the last one on the stream. So
that was also won by our world champion as well.
Yeah. So congratulations to Carlo, the Asia regional champion, who won with Gogeta. We're gonna be leaving soon, so Peter, let's just jump into the caster screen now and say bye to the audience.
Yeah, sure. Give me 2 milliseconds, brother. Let me just.
Okay, guys, so that was the Asia Regionals event. Congratulations to Carlo. Oh, back-to-back champion. Didn't know that. Congratulations for Carlo for winning another Asia Regionals back-to-back.
Nice.
In the final game of Gogeta versus Sen. I know that I've said this before, but it feels so good to say this. It feels so good to say that. So today on the stream we had Majin Vegeta and only banned decks. Like soon to be banned decks.
Yeah. Just one Majin, Vegeta, and that was it. Yeah, good point, actually.
So we're gonna be going, guys. Before we leave, huge shout out to all of you lovely viewers, to the TO and all the players at Asia Regionals. Thank you for inviting us and giving us this opportunity to bring you for the first time in Dragon Ball Super Card Game history and Asia Regionals live stream event. Yeah, I think that's all from me.
Yeah, just for me, again, I kind of echo the same as what Demian said. You know, thanks to everyone that gives us the opportunity to obviously stream for them, either whether like it's like this, where it's a real life event, because of course, you know, the TOs don't need to set that up, but obviously they work with Demian and obviously get that done. Shout out to obviously all the viewers that, you know, watch us, because again, there is obviously a lot of familiar faces I do see in the chat, and it's great to have you guys communicating with us and, you know, giving us the feedback we need. Just shout out to everyone I either play with, talk with, community, you know, everyone really. And thanks Damian for being awesome as always.
So guys, that's it from us. We'll catch you all in the next regional stream, which is gonna be BT21.